Well, 2025 is the year of Audi and its onslaught of new products has already kicked off. But these two are some of the most important. It's the Q6 e-tron and the SQ6 e-tron. And today at the Australian media launch, I'm going to tell you 5 things you need to know about them. Let's start with the brains because these are very smart and very technological vehicles. They ride on shared underpinnings with the new Porsche Macan EV, and that's the PPE platform or Premium Platform Electric. And that means you get the latest 800 volt architecture. And that means essentially that you'll be spending less time waiting around at charging stations and more time out on the open road. These things can charge at a maximum rate of 270 kilowatts. And according to Audi, that'll give you around 250 kilometers of driving range from just 10 minutes on charge if you're at a fast charger. Those smarts, along with some more that I'm about to show you, means that these are not cheap SUVs. They are pretty good looking ones though, in my opinion at least, but let me know in the comments what you think. Do you like the look of the new Q6 and SQ6? Anywho, pricing starts from $115,000 for the entry-level performance grade, which isn't here because it's yet to arrive. Then there's this, the Q6 e-tron Quattro, which is $120,000 or thereabouts. And then you've got the sportier SQ6, which tops the range for now at around $150,000. And it's the sportiest one until we get the RSQ6 e-tron, but that's not yet confirmed. We're just hoping that one day it comes to life. Now for the big show, check out the active lighting signature in the headlights. Every time you unlock the car, the LEDs built into the lights perform a little dance for you. At the rear, same thing, but the taillights also have a safety performance for you. If a car gets too close behind you, these taillights will light up in full block, so they'll be a little bit brighter just to sort of warn that car off. And then there'll be a little safety triangle that pops up for the rear exit assist, so if you've got passengers getting in and out of the car and there's oncoming traffic, it'll warn those cars coming up behind you. Although I'm not sure that those oncoming cars are going to see a tiny little triangle, but it's a nice thoughtful addition nonetheless. Inside every Q6 and SQ6 there is an array of screens, as you can see, and even the passenger gets this 10.9-inch display to keep them occupied while driving or charging. You can look at maps, you can play games, watch YouTube, although if you're prone to car sickness, I'd probably recommend waiting till the car is stopped. Even if you do stuff on that screen though, while the passenger is playing around, the driver won't be able to see it because when the car is moving, there's sort of like a film like a privacy screen that goes over it so it won't distract the driver, which is good. But we found out yesterday if you turn the game on, the driver listening to their music will now be hearing the game, so that might be a bit annoying for them. Anyway, look beyond the virtual display and you get this augmented reality head-up display, and you can also play games on that, obviously not while you're driving, but when you're stopped and waiting at the charging station, for example, you can use the pedals and the paddle shifters to control your game, which is pretty clever. The new head-up display took some getting used to for me, and I actually felt a little bit queasy when I first started driving, and that's because it's designed to float. So the speed, for example, will be floating in front of you rather than just a static set of numbers. It does this other thing where you accelerate hard and the speed gets bigger, like the font enlarges and comes towards you. And Audi says that's because in an EV there's less, compared to a combustion engine car, there's less clues as to how fast you're going. So that's one of the things that's implemented instead of having augmented sounds, which it also has a little bit of as well, but it has this thing that visually tells you that you're going faster, which is clever in theory, but again, in practice, I didn't love it and it just felt a bit strange to me, but I think I'd probably get used to it. Audi says that the majority of Q6 or SQ6 buyers will be professionals over the age of 50. So I don't think many will be stuffing kids into the rear seat here, but you definitely could if you need to. There's ISOFIX points on both outboard seats. A decent amount of space back here too, although I wouldn't mind a little bit more tow room. But I think, yeah, 2 adults would travel back here pretty comfortably and get heated seats and a little climate control temperature dial as well, which is good. So that's the all-new Audi Q6 and SQ6 in a nutshell. We'll save our official verdicts for when we've spent a lot more time with these cars, but first impressions are pretty good. Don't forget to subscribe and hit thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, and leave us a comment. What do you think of the new Audi Q6 and SQ6?